The theme for this regular season and the games that we've seen is kind of a tour of some of the best teams and young players around the league that we just haven't seen enough of so far in this series for both the Blizzard games that we've chosen as well as the Sonics. That's going to continue here as we, for the second straight episode, hop right into the action here. This time against the Indiana Pacers. This one's a little bit more of a high-profile regular season matchup, though, because there is a good chance that this is a finals preview. The Indiana Pacers have been the Eastern Conference representative for the finals in each of the last two seasons. And now we get to see, for the first time, a matchup here. And once more, we also get to see, you know, one of, if not probably the toughest matchup for Mago in the NBA in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Earlier on in his career, I'd focus a lot on kind of the tougher matchups for Mago. It honestly feels at this point in his career, though, that he has superseded matchups. It just feels like no matter who's on the other side, it seems like Mago is going to get his, but Giannis is kind of that ultimate test on if there is anybody at this point that can really stop Ayrton Mago. Minute and a half here into this game. We've got a 5-2 ball game. Inside pass to Giannis. Good defense by Michael Graham there. And the contest will force the miss. Rudolph Garrett here already has 3 points on the board. Looking to add to it with the and one. An impressive rookie season for Rudolph Garrett. The Blizzard took a big risk moving on from Jalen Duren after his most productive season to get him. So far, you gotta like the return that Vancouver has gotten from Rudolph Garrett, helping them become the best offensive team in basketball. From the corner, Rudolph Garrett gives to Mago, and there you have it. The Mago poster that we see every single episode. Not even Giannis is exempt from it these days. Turnaround from the baseline from Cameron McKnight. He's definitely expanded his skill sets in the offseason. Obviously not happy with how last year ended with us losing in the first round. He worked on his game and it's showing so far this year. Nice play in the post by Michael Graham. Tyrese Halliburton pick and pop with Miles Turner results in the top of the key three. 19-10 here as Tyrese Halliburton pulls up from the free throw line extended. Misfire there. Now Clayton Rodman in the game. Drives in and banks in the layup on the pick and roll. Andrew Nembhard feeds to Tyrese, catch and shoots. Another missed jumper for him. Mago takes the screen, goes baseline with it, but is tipped away and stolen. Jarris Walker with the steal, going the other way. Nice finish by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Still many years in the future here. He is a beast to be reckoned with on the basketball courts. They can pop. Step back jumper for Tyrese Halliburton is no good. He has not been on his A game so far. Corey Webb, their backup point guard. One of the highest overall backups in basketball. Clayton Rodman for three. He hits it. Drifting on the three-pointer, but he has that shot maker's mindset. That's certainly within his skill sets. Hasn't been super consistent yet, but just like with Albert Ellis, we got to give this guy time to develop. These scoring guards do rely on badges a decent bit, but Rodman's been really solid here in the first quarter. So far, his best spotlight game performance of the season for sure. That's blocked away by Mago on the Giannis attempt. He's trying to go coast to coast, and Giannis blocks it right back. What a heavyweight battle between Giannis and Ayrton Mago. This is fun to watch. Walker, catch and shoot. He drills the triple. 34-24 here, just over a minute left in the first quarter. Inside to Jackson. He gets the basket alongside the Victor Jackson foul. Clayton Rodman off to a hot start in the quarter, but he misses that one. Inside to Jackson again, and we're seeing some Jackson on Jackson crime here. Victor Jackson and Clayton Rodman, these two defensively are probably the easiest guys to pick on our roster. And teams tend to make the most of it when these guys are on the court defensively. Saramago will finish off the first with a 3-ball, which will give the Blizzard an 8-point lead heading into the second. Inside for Moses Moody. Channel legend with the Nashville Sound here is Albert Ellis recently checked back in. He gets blocked in transition. Jackson able to get it to go through the contact. He's been an excellent finisher on the inside for Indiana in this game. Nice play in transition. Michael Graham finding Leonard Miller for the easy 2. Graham goes baseline here. No good on the jumper. Webb inside to Jackson, who was open, but I don't think he planned on being. Passed away an open layup. Rudolph Garrett attacking downhill and is stolen away. Corey Webb with the steal that side. Albert Ellis feeds it inside to Christie. The pump fake gives him room. 41-35, close ball game here. So far in the second, late shot clock heaved by Max Christie, and it goes in. Nice shot there. That's Dalton Connect wearing 45 for Indiana. He finds Jarris Walker for the easy 2, leading to a Vancouver timeout. Ellis coming off a career high in the last spotlight game. He's been very quiet here in the first half of this one. That shot gets blocked. Nemhard in transition, too strong on his 3-point attempts. Miller off the catch, top of the key. Missed on that long ball. Jarris Walker, he pulls up and fires. Michael Graham hauls in the rebound. Going the other way, Rudolph Garrett finds Albert Ellis for a good look from 3, but he continues to struggle to get involved here offensively. Giannis attacking downhill, pulls up for 2 in the face of Michael Graham. Pick and roll here, Ellis and Graham. Feed inside, no good on the layup. Tried to pass it, but it got deflected right back into his hands, and ultimately Michael Graham just puts it in himself. Nemhard for 3. Off a pretty solid screen, but can't get it to go. Giannis has a mismatch in the post. It's Max Christie. Help defense comes. Leads to a wide open Jarris Walker, who drills the 3. 46-42, and all of a sudden things starting to slow down a bit offensively here for Vancouver. Jumper there, baseline for Michael Graham, misses. Pick and roll. Christie finds Michael Graham, another open jumper, no good again. Part of the reason we drafted Michael Graham was to help improve our spacing, and he is a better jump shooter than Jalen Duren, but he has been struggling here in the second. Unfortunately, these Michael Graham jumpers, as Ellis just throws it out of bounds, are the best shots we've been able to find here. Saramago off the court. In the previous episodes this season, our team has looked very good with Saramago off the courts. That has not been the case here in this one. That Tyrese Halliburton triple ties things up from the corner. Rudolph Garrett feeds McKnight, smothered as the shot clock expires, but he drills the 3 anyway. Halliburton pick and roll. Inside to Jackson. Graham went for the steal, didn't get it. So it's an easy 2 for the Pacers. Saramago off the catch. Good contest there by Giannis to force the miss. Under 2 minutes to go now in the half, and it's 51-50. Giannis with it again. He'll take the screen. Tries to attack downhill. He'll draw the foul from Saramago. Gets the basket to go, and Indiana now in the lead. This is the first time we've really seen the offense struggle to produce this season. It's been that way for the second half of the second quarter, and Saramago with the steal missed Michael Graham for what would have been an easy dunk. Rudolph Garrett went to him, but it was too late at that point. Could be the last shot of the first half for the Blizzard, and Albert Ellis just really struggling here in the first half. Miles Turner, though, able to corral his miss, flush it back in, and Indiana will have a 4-point lead heading into the break. Vancouver's offense was not good. 14 points in the second quarter. Not going to get it done. Saramago and Rodman both lead us at 12. Rodman, this has been his best spotlight game as a Blizzard for sure. But everybody else going to need more production here in the second half offensively, particularly from Albert Ellis, who just barely earned his EZA nickname back. And that's the kind of start to the second half you want. Forcing a miss in transition, finding Saramago for the slam dunk. Jarris Walker, he's played pretty solidly in this game. Giannis here, he's just been pulling up for three without hesitation. Not the Giannis that I know and love, but Saramago able to respond right back. Giannis, another three. No good this time. It was another wide open look for him. Mago gets the McKnight screen, pulls up for three, and this one falls for him, tying us back up. Now it's 61 apiece. Nembhard inside to Giannis for two. It's been all Giannis and Saramago lately. Mago attacking downhill and gets the dunk. I mean, just how dominant of a player is Saramago that he's been able to do this on multiple occasions against Giannis. Corner three in transition. He scores again. He's been doing everything for Vancouver here to start off the third quarter. He gets called for a foul there, so it'll be a three-pointer for Giannis plus the foul, but Saramago makes up for it by scoring again. Tyrese Halliburton, no good from a solid look from three. Saramago left alone and makes them pay again. That's 20 points in the third quarter before we even went 5 minutes into it. Unfortunately, Giannis has all of a sudden become a three-point shooter as well. I mean, I don't know why we're not seeing Giannis attack downhill. Is he afraid of the smoke, or is it just because he's hitting these threes all of a sudden? I mean, he has been embarrassed a couple of times down low by Saramago on the other end. Maybe he just wants to avoid further embarrassments. Because as soon as it's not Saramago, as soon as he's got Max Christie on him, he's going right to the rim. Saramago turns around in the mid-range, and there's just no stopping Ayrton Saramago right now. Rodman, really good first half. Dishes to Saramago, who puts the poster all over Giannis with the fancy one-handed slam. Second time he's bodied Giannis in this game, man. What an incredible player we have. I say it all the time, but every single game he's just proving why he's considered by many as the best player in basketball right now. Up to 38 points. He had 12 at the half on just 18 shots as well. He's been carrying Vancouver tonight. Webb, good look for three, drills it. Indiana back on top, though, despite Ayrton Saramago's heroics. This is reminding me more of the type of game that we would see last year, where we put all the pressure on Saramago to just carry the entire load. Walker able to score there. Now a 2-possession Indiana lead. Halliburton for 3 just has not quite been his night. Neither starting point guard doing particularly well for their teams. Good transition play by the Blizzard there to find a Max Christie bucket. Jackson, no good in the post. Hauled in by Clayton Rodman. Victor Jackson finds Leonard Miller open for 3. He drills it. The nice lefty shot there. Vancouver back in the lead. Third quarter coming to a close. Stolen away by Jackson. He finds Leonard Miller. He draws the foul in transition. He'd hit both of his free throws. Nembhard here. This will be the last shot of the third, and it's no good. Good defense from Greenlight McKnight. And so Vancouver will take the lead into the fourth quarter. Albert Ellis. Still nothing going for him. Giannis. Three-pointer is blocked by Saramago. Going the other way, he finds Max Christie, who misses. I mean, Saramago's not even waiting for Giannis to go downhill to block him anymore. He's just going to block him on the perimeter. Corey Webb with it. Feeds it inside to Giannis. No good. Saramago continues to be dominant. And it leads to free throws for Victor Jackson. Mago on the cut. Feed inside. Into the slam. The pump fake got Giannis into the air, and that made it easy for Saramago to get the finish. Mago versus Antetokounmpo again, attacking downhill and draws another foul, and Giannis is hated. Don't think he's a fan of just how much Saramago's been getting the better of him tonight. Connect, tough 3. Rebound hauled in by Mago. The lead has just kind of out of nowhere ballooned to double digits for Vancouver, and then Albert Ellis finally, I think that's his first field goal of the game here. 8 minutes left. Not quite the same Albert Ellis performance that we got last episode. But when Saramago's playing like this, it just does not matter. Taking over in the second half. He saw that we were trailing heading into halftime and said, no, not going to happen. It's games like this against an opponent, the quality of Giannis, that proves why he's in the MVP race and that make you excited. Kind of, even though 2 of our starters are rookies, even though Albert Ellis hasn't quite yet been a good playoff performer, the Blizzards are legit title contenders when you have somebody that in now his 4th season is making his case for being the best player in all of basketball, and he's making a really good one here. The way he took over this second half is just something you don't often see in basketball, and those free throws would pretty much wrap this game up. 50, 14, 3, 2, and 3. He did have 6 turnovers, but who even cares? Got to the line 16 times. Albert Ellis actually ended up being our second highest scorer. He must have gone off a little bit in the last minutes there that I simcasted, but I mean, McKnight only had 8. Rudolph Garrett only had 8. It just wasn't a very great performance. I mean, 2 for 10 from your centers. You want better than that, but Mago was truly dominant. He's had so many good games, but this one might have been the most impressive considering the competition he was up against. Giannis also played really well in stretches, took 15 threes in this game. For some reason, we'll never know, but an awesome win for Vancouver. That officially puts us at the halfway point of the season. And Ayrton Saramago finds himself second in the MVP race once again. This time, though, I don't think it's like some insurmountable lead. Last year it was Luka, who's currently 5th this year after going down by 10 points a game. Last year was an unsurmountable lead, and I thought he really didn't have a chance. This year, we're talking pretty close here. 2 point per game difference, but Saramago has nearly a 2 rebound per game difference. Assists are close. Saramago has the lead in stocks, and of course the Blizzard are the better team, which doesn't get factored as much in here in 2K as it does in real life. But just quickly taking a look at some of the other awards as well. You have Oliver Thompson. No surprise, he's in the lead for Rookie of the Year. But then after that, 2 and 3 is the pair of Blizzard rookies. Sixth Man of the Year is currently going towards Amen Thompson, who is on the Bulls now. So did I know that, or did I miss that the Rockets lost Amen Thompson? That's pretty big news. But he's now sixth man on the Bulls. Defensive Player of the Year, this will be the whatever straight Defensive Player of the Year for Victor Wembanyama. More automatic than the Luka MVP. Warren Fleming of the Suns, currently in line for Most Improved. Really good passer at 8 assists per game. And Jokic, currently in line for Clutch Player of the Year. And then we'd like to get a little bit of an update here for the standings. Where does everything lie here at the halfway point of the season? The Blizzard are the best team in the West, but they are not the best team in basketball. Let's go all. The Detroit Pistons still hold the best record in the league. Taking a look at that roster, it's Cunningham, Mann, Asar, Taribo Udo, and Mitchell Robinson, with some pretty solid players coming off the bench. That doesn't scream best team in the league to me, so they're just having a really good year, I guess. Chicago is second in the East, which is kind of crazy. But also got to take a look here. The Sonics currently do have the worst record in basketball. They have 3 wins fewer than everybody and 2 wins more. So they are on their way towards locking up the #1 lottery selection in the class, which is good for them. They also have the best between the Suns and the Mavericks, but both of those teams are doing pretty good. The Suns are at 500, while the Mavericks are above 500. So you're probably looking at a couple of teams that will be competing for the play-in here. So that second pick doesn't look like it will be anything special right now, but they'll have the #1 pick. And of course, the Blizzard do not have any picks currently for the upcoming draft, so nobody to really pay attention to for that purpose necessarily. And then I will quickly go through the player stats, and that'll be how we end off this episode. Just going by points per game, and we can just see kind of what everybody's doing on the squad overall. This has been a very strong year for the new look Vancouver Blizzard so far. We've really grown into an offensive powerhouse that is tough for anybody to stop. And it's a joy to see, even with Saramago's points per game going down slightly, this offense has gotten to a point where it's just really difficult to stop. Even when we have a bad game from a key player, it just doesn't matter. Somebody will find a way to pick up the slack. That's all I've got here for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back soon with more Vancouver Blizzard franchise. Until then, bring the Blizzard.